With you, we have some Q&A to do. Hope you're doing fine, 'cause it's Q&A time again. Hello, world. How's it going? Hope you guys are all doing well. If not, as always, I hope it gets better for you. So here we are, another Friday Night Live Q&A, where you can ask the aquarium community and I questions about keeping freshwater fish, shrimp, and or plants. And mine, my dirty tank here, it's been a rough week for me. So hello everybody. Definitely so glad it's Friday. Actually just kind of waking up from a nap. I passed out on the couch. Just moving around them rocks all day, really take it out on you. G'day, mate. What are you drinking tonight, Craig? It's water. I'm on the Aqua tonight. But hello, everybody in the chat. I see you guys. Go ahead and jump into live chat instead of top chat. Helpful as always. But yeah, let's get some people rolling in here. So, man, progress on the pond's been good. The weather's been good for me, so been getting some stuff done. Got the other pond done, dug out. Still have to put down the liner and everything on this project outside, but it was a horrible week for me. One of the worst weeks. Main reason was a mink got into the koi pond. One little mink, which is kind of like a ferret, a little weasel, and completely wiped out all my koi. It makes my eye twitch just thinking about it. Oh, I tried to catch him and everything, but I literally caught this dude just doing backstrokes one night in the pond, acting like a shark, and all those butterfly koi gone. So sad. One of the saddest things ever. So, who would have thought a mink here in Indiana? Absolutely crazy. So, I learned my lesson on that. Ron Harriman says, Ellerby, have you checked out Goliad Farms YouTube channel? He is impressive in knowledge and how his fish houses are constructed. Yes, he has a really cool system. I absolutely love his setup. Beautiful, beautiful setup he's got down there. Where he's kind of got like the floor that's water, and then he's got those other tubs as well. I wish I had weather like that Texas weather. Besides what happened not long ago, that was kind of terrible. I did see he got hit as well with that cold spell. But yeah, very neat setup he's got. There's a question. Eugene Pavljack says, how many days to treat ick with ick X? I have no idea. I honestly am not a fan of ick X. I would never use that stuff again. You can beat ick with just temperature up above 86 degrees. So keep your tank at around 88 for over a month, and you can kill it naturally. Or I like to use Ruby Reef Kick Ick. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Ick X. Never have been. Where there is one mink, there is 100. Ooh, says Todd W. I mean, living by the water, I guess, but man, if there's 100, I got a trap out there. I tried to catch him. I caught a raccoon. I will let the raccoon go because, well, they haven't been doing anything. That one mink, he did not care. I almost caught him in a net. The first night I saw him, I took a swipe with the net, had him in there. He come lunging at me. I wasn't jumping. Oh, it was kind of funny but crazy. But they're a little ferocious. And so yeah, now I don't know. Like even in the wintertime, I guess. Like I watched a video after this I got on YouTube, and I like YouTube searched it. Not many people have made a video on it, but this one guy had this video where he's shown this mink just hunting this pond for like 45 minutes, and it just wiped out all his koi. I guess they'll line up their kills and just look at them. Like they are savages. Absolute savages. So saying this, I don't know. It's gonna be hard to keep koi out there. I was gonna make a new kind of like I was gonna put some kind of pond in my garage, but that was gonna be mostly a catch-all for fish. But after having those butterfly koi, like I really, really want to have koi. Like that's the main whole part of the whole pond project. And then now this mink comes out of nowhere. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. You need a bird dog for your fish predator problem. You know, I thought about that. I thought about putting in a invisible fence and getting some kind of dog. Yeah, I mean, the mink is adorable, but he's an absolute savage. It's like a beautiful monster. Brandon Quijano, speaking of Texas, will you be at Shella Dallas this year? So Shella Dallas, I should be at. Definitely will be at Chicago. That is confirmed. But more than likely, definitely Dallas. But here soon, I think in just a few weeks, if you guys are in the Midwest area or even close, or just think about taking a trip and want to go see a cool fish aquarium aquatic convention that's not like the trade show conventions, Aquashella, I'm telling you, it's a fun, fun time. And it's made more for the hobbyists, too. There's so much to do. And I guess they're planning more events as well as like scape offs and just workshops and a bunch of other stuff. Talks, of course. Yeah, minks, they got every one of them. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Kim Gaither. I hope I said that right. Here's my question. My Dalmatian guppy females are dying right after birth. What's up with this? So, right after birth? I don't know. Usually the problems become while they're giving birth, so maybe they haven't gotten all their babies out. But they can get lodged in there, but that happen multiple, multiple times over and over. Could be water issues or comfort issues. I'm not sure what your parameters are like. They do like the harder water. But even the hardness or softness of the water shouldn't have much to do with their pregnancy and as far as their ability to pop those babies out. But if there is something making them uncomfortable while they're trying to give birth, then there could be more problems. If you catch him, more will come. Yeah, I was just gonna rehome him if I caught him. But I don't know. I don't know what to do now. Goldfish are a lot cheaper. They are, but did you see those butterfly koi? My God, I was getting ready to make a video and like bring it out for you guys showing those koi, but I guess I don't know. It's hard to just make a video and be like, "Oh, look at these beautiful koi. How awesome are they?" And then dun dun dun, mink destroyed. Like, granted, YouTube clickbait and the way that stuff works probably would be all right, but I don't know. It's I don't want to watch it again. But at the same time, oh my God, those koi. Ugh, it's heartbreaking. Cause I was getting ready to name every single one of those fish. Like that's how much it was my favorite thing to do every day to go out there and feed those fish. Danikin Aquatics, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Danny Inkin says, "What up, brother? At the ACA, where you at, man? Oh man, the ACA's going on right now. Oh man, I'm so out of touch on things right now, brother. I wish you would have gave me a reminder. I've been working on the pond and out in the backyard hardcore. Shoot. I can't believe I'm missing the ACA right now. Well, I guess it just started. It's like 4 hours from me. But glad to hear you made it down there safely, Ken. And can't wait to go up there here in October for the event that you guys are throwing. What is the name of that event? Fishtober or something? I think is what it's called. Hurricane Aquatics, thank you so much for the NT75. Says, do chocolate cherry shrimp breed less prolifically than other strains? They shouldn't, but as far as like their consistency can be a problem as far as how true they'll breed out. But every Neo Caridina should breed about the same. Now, there are very few variables to where lines have been lucky enough to have like way prolific breeds and goes, but I don't know. For the most part, Neocaridina shrimp's Neocaridina shrimp. One color doesn't really matter from another color too much. Just do a memorial for him, right? Chubby Guppy asked Kim whether there's bacterial issues. Kim Gaither says, my water is hard, all parameters are great, only the gravid females die. I don't know, that's interesting. That line, which I'm guessing you got them from me because not many people sell Dalmatian guppies. It's from International Fancy Guppy Association Convention, which the parents got first place. So, I mean, I know the genetics are good, but there's gotta, I don't know, it's weird to happen multiple times, but if it just happens like once or twice, it could just be coincidence that it just happened twice. More than that is probably definitely not a coincidence, but it does happen, especially with the older ones. Fin Wiggles, I guess Mother Nature showed you. Oh, man. Thanks, Finn. Thanks. Appreciate that. Danikin Aquatics again with the $5 super chat. Thank you. Fishtoberfest. Man. And we can't wait to see you and Haley in Portland. Going to be epic, bro. Yes, it sounds like a great time. And if you guys are on the West Coast there, so it's in October, or even around, or want to go to a convention or go to another fish show, there will be the Fishtoberfest, and I will be giving a talk there. It's hosted by Aquatic Arts and the Portland Aquarium Society. Awesome club. Been up there and did a talk already once. MadCat61207, thank you for the $1.50 super chat. Appreciate you, Mag Cat, and always great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Several babies and original males that I purchased from LRB last fall, says Kim. Yeah, I don't know. Sound like they have been producing for you. Overfeed the mink. That's what I was trying to do with the raccoons. It was working with them, but my God, like, he wiped them out in a day or two. That mink wiped out those koi. Like, he did it without effort. He was smart, too. He was trapping them up the stream. Hey, Lucas, have you ever kept turtles? I did keep turtles when I was younger as a kid. I had painted turtles. I had soft-shelled turtles. I had snapping turtles. I had box turtles. Lots of turtles. Used to turtle it up, especially in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle days. Kevin Rosenberg says, how many licorice gourami could I put in a 10-gallon at LRB Aquatics? I don't know. I'm not sure how big the licorice gourami gets. So if anybody can help Kevin Rosenberg out. I think they're a smaller gourami, but I can't remember exactly. If somebody can help out Kevin about the licorice gourami in a 10-gallon, that would be appreciated. Lee Owen says, anyone bred a hot pink neocaridina yet? I haven't seen a hot pink. I got like a pink, like kind of a normal pink, but not a hot pink. If you got a hot pink neocaridina, that'd be cool to see. Braden Quijano says, I ordered some Blue Dreams from you a few weeks ago. Do you feed them anything else besides the tetragranules? No, the only thing I really feed them is the tetragranules, and then once in a while I'll flip you guys over. I will feed, I thought I had some in here. Or, well, you can't really see them, but they're, oh yeah, here. They're like these shrimp pellets. So if I ever want them to come up towards the glass or whatnot, you can tell I'm not staying up on my water changes. I'll feed them these pellets, but for the most part, it's all tetragranules. Absolutely love that stuff. I think most of those guys ain't even figured it out yet, because usually that whole floor's crawling. Shrimp out to our local fish store, because they're in a pinch. If I did pull some from there, they snagged up a bunch of my coals. Is that Pilomoss? Pilomoss is this right here on this side. This is the Pilomoss. See where it's trying to run up the wall here? Which usually does it in the back, but I've been picking from the back and letting it grow up towards the front, and then I'll go and do that. I'll pick from the front, and then it'll grow towards the back, and it just keeps going. And then this, I think that's Taiwan moss in that tank, mixed with the little Rotalia. And then we got the weeping moss in here. So I need to get the weeping moss online. Oh wow, look at that guy. A lot of red on that blue red. Alright. Oh wow, huge super chat. Kim Gaither, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I really hope I'm saying your last name right. And man, my battery's gonna try to die on me. I had it plugged in, but somehow it got unplugged while I was sleeping. But thank you so much for the $20 super chat. It says, I can't afford a new butterfly koi that you bought, but put this towards a new group. Well, thank you, Kim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That will actually go towards finishing off this pond. I just bought some sand today, and it like pretty much wiped out my account. But like we're so close to getting this pond done. Like I gotta push it done because I still got the excavator and I'm still rocking that out. But Kim, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope and pray that your guppies will start figuring out what's going on, because I mean, weird things just happen with them sometimes. But thank you, I appreciate you. And if I do koi again, I'm gonna be keeping them inside. That way nothing can happen to them. I figured if I get rid of my rack in the garage, I was already thinking about it and looking at it today. If I get rid of this rack in my garage that sits in the middle of the room, then I can use all that area and build a big koi pond in there, which would be really cool. I was going to use a pond or a system like that for catch-all like I mentioned, but oh man, those koi, absolutely love them. Scrolling. Let's see, the almighty Y Assassin or something like that. I'm using a IBC tote for a pond using organic soil capped with river pebbles. Have rooted plants plus duckweed. Also have a shade cover. I cannot get rid of the green water. What else can I do? So you've got rooted plants plus duckweed and a shade cover and the soil caps. So more than likely from that organic soil, there's probably ammonias, and it's definitely nutrient rich. And I don't know, even with that shade cover, I don't know what kind of shade coverage you're getting. But I don't know. I'm surprised you're getting green water in the shade. It's hard to get green water in the shade. But with that radiation, sometimes, I don't know. The hydrogen and radiation with the sun and water is in those totes and tubs. I haven't quite wrapped my head around how that all reacts. So you saying it with that shade cover and then all that stuff, I don't know. I don't know how you're still getting green water. Unless you already had green water and then you added the shade cover and just hasn't been enough time. Because what will happen if you did have green water there for a while and then decided to add the shade cover to kind of help it, then what happens is it like all drops down to the bottom and it becomes like this algae layer of green sludge that'll just sit on the bottom. And if that stuff's in there and hasn't really been eaten, it can just keep continuing and continuing just off of that. But I would give that shade cover some time. Maybe just hasn't had enough time to roll through. And just make sure it doesn't get any of that direct sun. And sorry if I'm missing anybody's questions. I think I've been getting most of them here. Now, I don't know what you're keeping in there, but maybe something that could eat that algae would be good as well, like a mono shrimp. Really good. Add it, any shrimp really. Guppies. Glad to hear that your split-tailed guppies are doing great, Richard, from Aqua Shella. And got their first spawn this week. That's awesome. Great to hear, Richard. And thank you for your support. Lee Owen says, do licorice gourami really eat licorice, though? I don't know. You could try it. No, I really doubt it. I think they call them that due to their color. Psst, you know where to score any Luigi Archeata. I mean, I have some, but I'm sitting on it. Like, I so hardcore have to get done with this pond. Like, I tweaked my back. I've been working with the tweak in my back and just trying to grind through it just because I know I had to get in here in this fish room so hardcore just to get stuff, more stuff going and growing for you guys and really keep the business running. All right, scrolling for them questions. I miss Ellerby's algae forest. I feel like I was here before. 12-inch for a tiny 1-inch pad of Pilo. I aspired to have a luxurious wave of it someday like yours. Oof. $12 for a tiny inch pad of it. You can get it. Like, I think, what am I selling it for now? $5 for like a little baggie? Like, it's not a whole lot in the bag, but I mean, it's way more than an inch on a pad. So if you guys do need Pilo moss, I got the hookup for you guys. Everyday low prices. rarities.com. You guys know me, I don't usually push it, but like I got like $38 in my bank account right now. Oh, I wanted to put viewing windows on the pond, but I don't think that's gonna happen now. For sure. Actually, the bottom of the pond is actually going to be, I'm going to put some Indiana dirt on the bottom and sand. Since it's already got the skimmer on the other side, it should be all right. Have kind of like a natural section for the pond. It should be interesting to see how that goes in a test. So we'll keep it kind of filtered on certain sides and then like more of a natural kind of slow flow area. Ron Harriman, thank you so much for the support and the $5 super chat. Says, as far as the pond goes, if you want it done right, you have to do it yourself. So true. I believe you're going to make it perfect. How about some footage? Yes, indeed. So the last update, or last video, I don't know if you saw it, Ron, but I did have a edited video not too long ago updating it, and then once I get done with this pond here, I'll probably do another update. I do have the outdoor video I still got to come out for you guys as well, but it's gonna kind of have to get adjusted due to some of the footage in it. But yes, I need to, you guys will be getting lots of videos. Like, that's another thing, too, is I gotta start grinding out more of these videos. But thank you, Ron. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so true. If you want to get it done right. Do you have motion lights outside cameras? This country girl is a big believer in electric fence. So I don't have any of that stuff outside. I just stock the window and with a flashlight, and I don't know. I don't have any of that stuff. I just wait and watch for them and trap. I mean, I saw them a couple times out there, so I don't know. The motion lights would have done a whole lot. I guess it would have allowed me to not have to stand there so much and wait. Finn Wiggles, dang Finn Wiggles, come on. Who's team you on? Team Mink. Come on, ate all those mink, and you're gonna sit there and go, team Mink. But he gave me $20 to do so, so I mean, hard to be mad, but that was like $2,000 worth of fish. Let me just say that. Like, the money wasn't really the thing. I could care less about the money. Like, I absolutely love those fish. But thank you, Finn Wiggles. I appreciate your support. Carol Cox, thank you so much for the $10 super chat for the excavator fund. So sorry about the koi. I would be sick. Yeah, it makes me sick thinking about it. Like I said, my eye was twitching earlier just thinking about it. I try not to. Like, it just sinks in every once in a while. But thank you, Carol. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely awesome. And Lee Owen, thank you so much for the $5 super chat as well. It says, are we donating so LRB can get a back brace? Oh, man. I'm not a big believer in just bracing that kind of stuff up and just letting it sit there and try to heal. You have to work those pains out. You have to work them out. Stretching always helps. But I like your humor, Lee. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. And also, before I forget it and miss it, Joel G, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, and great to see you in here. Joel says, minks are cool and clever. Well, they are definitely clever. I had a ferret growing up, so I mean, they're like those kind of animals, they are cool, but man, are they savages. Absolutely savages. Okay, the almighty Assassin says 40% cover. I let it sit for 1 week before added sponge filters and media. 2 weeks before fish. Yes, it was green before the cover. 10 at 4. Thank you, guppies and snail, as well as a cory cat. Okay, so Scuppy, snails, and cory cat should definitely be helping with it. Now, 40% coverage and the air stones, that's where you're getting in trouble. So really, I know it may be hard for you to do because you may not have ever done it, but I would just get rid of the air stones, because those air stones and those little tubs and ponds outside just absolutely, they add so much hydrogen to the water, and that hydrogen really adds to that green water. And that's actually when I learned to stop using air lines, was when I was keeping my ponds outside. So I would get it more coverage and stop using those air lines. I know it's not the regular textbook. For most people who are probably new in here, they're like, what is this guy talking about? Get rid of the airlines. I'm out of here. He has no idea. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Have you thought about an electric fence around your pond? Worked great on raccoons for me when I had a pond. I mean, I hate to put stuff around it and just take away from the beauty of it all. I think I would rather keep native fish in there before I start putting up nets and everything else and just messing with the view. Jean Francos, I always mess up your name, but you You know what I'm talking about. It says, how big of a tank is too big for shrimp? I had 6 in a 90-gallon community tank, never bred, and had a hard time feeding them. Well, I've had thousands in a 180-gallon bow front community tank, so there's probably like 200 some fish in there. Fish the size of these rainbows. There's these Synodon and Slace cats that was in there, like 6 of them. And with the right setup, like it was this huge metropolis of Anubias and then rocks all over the place, which the rocks had some hiding space in there and everything else. And thousands and thousands of shrimp were in there whenever I went to tear it down. And you could see them every once in a while. So that's a 180-gallon boat front. That's a pretty big tank. I think it's hard to get too big from them. And I see like the big fish farms, they breed them in massive tubs. Massive. So it's hard to get too big for them. Now, to feed them, they can scavenge all day long. So there could possibly be more shrimp in there than you realize, too, because they could be hiding, especially if there's fish in there. Shrimp are really smart. When I took down that 180-gallon bow front, they actually created, like, it was up for years. They created tunnel systems and stuff underneath the rocks. I have a mink pond. That's what I was telling Sarah. I was like, I may not have koi now, but I guess I got a pet mink. I don't know if that's a good thing. I won't lie, he's kind of cute, but man, I'm about to make some gloves out of him. Or socks. No, I really wouldn't do that, but... when can I buy some Danios? I got some Danios I'm sitting on. It's a good question. I really need to add that stuff to the website, too. I've got so many things I need to add to the website that I just haven't had time to get to. And it's not supposed to rain this week either, so I don't know. It's going to be some time till I can get to it. Any additions to the website? Because I have to use all my dry days right now. Bunny Viper says, hi, great to see everyone. Do crinum, natans, and other crinums melt when first purchased? Have soft water and using ferts all around. Will they die back and regrow if I leave the bulbs? Yes, they definitely should. Unless the bulb is mushy or like black or anything like that, where it looks like it's dying from necrosis. As long as the bulb looks healthy, and if you're getting any kind of new green leaf growth from it, then you're definitely on the right track. And that can be common. Scrolling. Stillwater says, what is the best month to breed fish to be ready for winter selling season? I would say definitely towards March, April, and May. But I really pinpoint in April. And it also depends on what you're breeding as well. But there are certain seasonal spawners that only like to breed in the spring and the fall. So sometimes you just get your fish when you can get your fish. What are the most colorful fish for a 29-gallon tank? Lots of beautiful tetras out there. Amazing amount of beautiful tetras out there. Killifish are great types. The barbs, little rasboras. About the most colorful though. I mean, you could keep a discus in a 29-gallon as well. Paradiscus. You may be able to breed them. Rainbow fish are beautiful. You can keep those in a 29. You can keep a lot of fish in a 29. Some cichlids, many beautiful cichlids too that you can fit in a 29. So that's kind of a loaded question. Hard to really go down that or even pick one. Couldn't even pick a favorite type of fish. fish, so. You could always replace those koi's with piranha and Carol. Oh, that's hilarious. I love that. Wouldn't that be a surprise for that mink? Oh man, Team Piranha. Here we go. That would be something. Now that would be a video for YouTube. YouTube would lose its mind. And pull out every side of humanity, I'm sure. Chad. That's funny. Alright, scrolling. And if you got a question, always great to put a question mark behind it. How much does mink fur go for? I have no idea. Mince the minks, right? Do you have any have a heart traps? So I went and bought one right after that. I bought a have a heart trap. So far, only caught a raccoon, the smallest of the trio of the raccoons that are around. Surprised I haven't caught the cats yet. Kim says my husband just asked if you have koi insurance, right? I should have got koi insurance on those. Does Haley still work for you? No, she does not. She works for Aquatic Arts. She got too expensive. They decided to pay her better. MadCat61207, my ballast area is looking really puny. Should I use root tabs? Puny looking Vallisneria, huh? I mean, you should probably feed it. I don't think root tabs are necessary. That stuff will grow dang near in anything. Maybe it's just young. The babies look kind of puny as it grows out and runs, but usually just liquid fertilizer will help, or good water change will go a long way. They love mineralized water, so if you do have softer water, then you should probably fert a little more. And the root tabs, I guess, would not be a bad idea in that scenario. If you have hard water, then the root tabs, takes a bit to break down the root tabs with hard water, because the minerals can actually take on to those minerals of the root tabs. Unless you got that acidity, that more softness in your water, then it's really hard to break down those root tabs. Dr. Rishi Prasad says, good morning at LRB. I am planning to connect 4 each of 40-gallon tanks and a 50-gallon tanks into a aquaponics system. Any suggestion? So, that's really cool. And sounds like a neat build. As far as suggestions, I don't know. There's many ways you can connect them. I gotta get over here and get to a charger. Hopefully this charger works. I'm on 10%. But I don't know what you need a suggestion on, like how to connect them or what. But you can't do it. I mean, I thought about doing a similar situation where you can like grow vegetables and whatnot out with the fish and all that stuff. But if you had more of a specific question, because I mean, I could literally make a whole video out of that whole topic. But yeah, just go for it. Think about how your water is going to flow and run, and don't over filter it. Let the nutrients go. Let the plants eat the nutrients. Mink can be worth a lot more than most fish. Well, I tell you, that mink ain't worth no $2,000. What is the most... once again, Bren B asking the most colorful fish for a 29-gallon. I thought I already answered that. And I thought somebody else asked that question. But once again, there's lots of beautiful tetras, killifish, rainbow fish. Blue acaras, bunny viper said electric blue acaras. Those are pretty. Fin wiggles, a lot of my first-gen cherry mills have a cool tiger pattern. Are these Sakura? No, so for the males, it's very common to where they kind of got like that kind of striping to them a little bit. Especially when they're stressed out, or not even stressed, like maybe hungry. Like they go through their little stages where they kind of look clearish and Tigery. Natural Aquarium says, anyone else who may know, can Glossolepis and Melanitania hybridize? I believe so. I believe so. Look at the bright side, Lucas, says Mickey M. Gotta be glad that Mink did not get some $1.6 million koi. Yeah, that's true. If I had $1.6 million, I would not spend it on a koi. I'd have to have a lot. Oh, look at that. Of all Aquatics, Haley's in here. See, called her out. Comes out of the woodwork. Terry's Tropical Tank says Lucas needs interns, no pay, lol. Right? I could use a few. Mickey M, as the animal friend you are, will you keep on feeding that mink tetracolored granules, lol? Oh, man. I wish she would just eat the granules. That'd been nice. Tony Swell, number first class, says, I just had my first batch of Bosemani fry. Would a LED light hurt them so I can see them? No, definitely not at all. They like the light. They'll actually go up towards it and swim around it, which will be a good place to feed and where they can find their food. Murta says, just friendly question for you. Do you breed for profit or do you just keep all the tanks for fun? So, I mean, I do breed for profit because I got to feed the family and this is what I do as far as my lifestyle, living and everything else. So, I mean, it's a mix of both. I definitely have it balanced. Like here, after a while, I probably get more motivated to do it more business-wise. Because I've kept a lot of what I've wanted to keep. And would like to offer more of the rare stuff to everybody. Because I have like a collection of collectors in my house from like visiting all these fish rooms and conventions and fish contests. Free to play says, when line breeding, how do you decide when to pair sibling to sibling, parent to offspring, or when to add new blood? So, when it comes to line breeding, then I definitely don't try to pair sibling to sibling. I try to get something lined out, and it also depends on fish or shrimp. But same scenario where you just get some good adults of either type. Like, let's say I want to breed Congo tetras. What I would do is I would go to one fish store and I would buy a pair of Congo tetras. And then I would wait later down the road until like I'm in another region, because I go to fish shows, fish swaps or something like that, and go check out a LFS, see if they got any that are good looking, and then I would pick up a pair from there. Or I'd wait a few months or a month or so and get them from my other fish store. That way that you're hopefully getting something that's not coming from the same line. And anytime you can just put that little bit of extra into line breeding, oh, it goes a long, long, long way to with your genetic pool. Now, say that it's a rare fish and it's just not that easy to do that. And say you get lucky to get these rare rainbow fish from Gary Lang, and all you have is just that brood of them. What I would do is I would breed them out, then I would split up that group. So I'd get like 2 groups out of that to where I'd have the couple pairs. So then I could start splitting up their genetics and then try to line that back with each other. Which I know you're kind of still playing in the same pool, but I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. You get some kind of division within the gene pool and some kind of mix-up. Another ninja says I just got into water perimeters and I'm having trouble with my tank. My pH dropped and then my ammonia level rise. My tank has been cycled twice now because of this. So don't chase your pH. pH will lead you on a goose chase. And a big reason why it dropped is maybe you're getting less oxygen through your airline or something, or maybe your filter's not running as fast as it was, so you're not getting as much as that hydrogen into your water, because pH can also read as per hydrogen, which leads a lot of people on a goose chase. And as far as your ammonia rising, maybe a fish died in there. I'm not sure what could cause your ammonia spike. There could be multiple things, and I see that this is a part 1 of typing. And it says, I tried crushed coral, but it makes the tank look bad. I have also been told not to chase pH. Okay, but every time it gets low, and I mean it gets low, below 6.0 at times. My tap water is 6.8. So what you have is some really acidic water, and I don't know if you have a bunch of plants in there. So if you have plants in there as well, it can drop down that mineralization, which the acidity is breaking up that mineralization over time, which could just be a week. It doesn't really take a whole lot of time for that to break down, and it's just sucking out any of that mineralization that is getting that. That's why you go from 6.0 to 6. And I mean, if it's not really causing problems for your fish, I'm not sure what kind of fish you have. I wouldn't worry about it so much as long as you're adding stuff to it. And as far as the crushed coral, I don't know what kind of system you have. If you have a filter, you could always put the crushed coral in there. And so the acidic water, as it runs through the filter, that mineralization that breaks off of it goes into the tank, and there's a whole exchange there. But yeah, if you could keep it at 6.8 or around there, I mean, it's really not a bad environment for a lot of fish, and you'll never have to worry about much for bacterial or fungal infections, but it can mess up a cycle if too low for too long. That sounds like, see, I haven't had to battle with that too much because I have really hard water. If anytime any of my tanks got acidic, I'd just add my tap water and it's solved right away. Maybe look into getting a GH booster. I get mine from Nilo CG. It works great for that more acidic water. That way you can just dose it or add a little bit of it. It's just a powder crushed up calcium. That could help you. Maybe start like a dosing regimen. So I don't know if you already dose or feed your plants, but maybe add that to your regimen. Chris Trapp, have you ever created your own line of fish? So I have, Chris, the rainbow tiger endlers. I'm not sure if you're familiar with those, but I did create those, and then which I don't even have anymore because I tried to second gen them, and then like the second gen kind of messed up. And then I've got some other ones that I like, these purple Moscow breeds that mixed with what did they mix with? Oh, Starburst Endlers, which are really crazy, which I haven't really came out with those lines too much. Then the most recent one was the purple koi guppy, where it was a what was it, an albino guppy and a koi guppy mix. Carla Mollenkamp says, where can I find rainbow darters in the wild? I want some so bad. We actually have some in Indiana in the creeks, so you can find them in America in the creeks. You just have to go stomping and wading around in some mud puddles and just check the, like if you go into a creek, if you check the shorelines, they're usually hanging out around there and near rocks. If you're real slow, you can see them move around. Chadley, do you buy rainbow fish from Aqua Bed? Only if it's from the user Rainbow Fish or Oddball Aquatics. Would I buy them from Aqua Bed? There's one other guy on there I'd buy from too. I can't remember his handle. It's been a while. No. But a lot of those are, you gotta be careful. Many of those are just flippers of just regular wholesale rainbows. But Gary Lang is actually on there as rainbow fish. Dr. Rishi Prasad says, I have connected them with external loop overflows into a sump. Plan to breed some guppies and plecos for LFS. Any disasters I should look for? Sounds like you got a little system going. I mean, as far as disasters, okay, I'll just tell you this. Try not to worry too much. More you worry, more you meddle, more you can mess. So, I mean, you know how the system operates. Trust it. Have some confidence in it. If you build it right and know the flow, and if you got the flow going and all that, then you're past most of the hardest part. I mean, but with guppies and plecos, that's a good combo for aquaponics, especially the guppies. So I think you're on the right track. I would not fret too much. Yeah, I would just, do you sell fish? I do, bad boy. 2340. rarities.com. Fish, plants, shrimp, all that good stuff. It's all homegrown. What's a good beginner light under 50 bucks? Oh, there's so many good shop lights you get for like 20 bucks. Try to get around the 6500 Kelvin scale though, if you want a good look and shows your fish well. Because you get underneath that, then it gets like this yellowish kind of color and it's not as good looking. But yeah, many shop lights out there you could get. Tux, hi, do you think floating plants could help get rid of green water? It can, because it can shade light and also eat up some of the nutrients for the green water. Yeah, Carla Mullenkamp, Daphnia love green water. If you can get a hold of some Daphnia, I should probably just put it on the site. I've got a ton of it. Oh, let me get out. Oh crap, forgot I was plugged in. Hopefully we got battery, but oh man, I should not have been on my knees like that. Too old for that. But here, I got a Daphnia tank. You put, and it doesn't matter. You can even have fish in your tank. But you put some Daphnia in there with them. Like if I were to add some Daphnia in there, they'd clean that up, no problem. Even with the fish in there. Like they'll go hide into all these cracks and crevices. And they will get rid of that green water for you. Oh, we're almost over the hour already. Wow, that was quick. Oh, man. So hopefully I got enough battery to sit here. But yeah, Daphnia, if you can get a hold of that, I would say I'd offer you some. Or actually, if you guys do need some Daphnia, if you want to, email ellerbeaquatics.orders@gmail.com. And Sarah should be able to get you taken care of. We could probably set you up. I just can't do it like all the time because I use those to feed. But they're so great for green water. A Liquid Zoo, only fins. Says, got my guppies. They are beautiful. Wish I'd gotten the other one I wanted as well. Well, I'm glad you were happy with them, and hopefully someday you can. Can you keep a mink in an aquarium? I'm sure you could set them up a little situation to where they have an aquarium. Actually, I've seen some guy on YouTube, I think, have like a mink farm, and they'd go swimming. He'd feed them fish in these aquariums and stuff. Yeah, can you believe that? Most expensive koi fish, $1.7 million. Somebody paid for. That is crazy. Junior Flores says, is there another song like Mr. Plago coming? Need LSS to our MTS. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get that Chasing Dwarf Neon Rainbows Fish song out. Scrolling. Okay. Are you selling multis right now? I have 3, but they aren't breeding, so I'd like to get a few more. Once again, I got them. I'm sitting on them. But I just don't have time to put them on the website yet. Like, as soon as this backyard gets done, which hopefully by the end of this month, definitely, it will absolutely be done. Because, I mean, I'm kind of in the last stage of it here. I will be able to focus more on offering that kind of stuff. But right now, I just can't. There's just not enough time on the books. Stillwater says, I need some grow out tanks, but I still need to remain versatile. For the same space on rack, would you choose 2 40-gallon breeders or 5 20 talls? Need some grow out tanks, but still need to remain versatile. Well, with the 2 40-gallons, you do less water changes, but you get to keep less. I myself would go with the 5 20-gallon talls. Just because you could be way more versatile with 5 tanks than you can 2 tanks. Now just keep in mind, if you want to grow out your fish more, you'll just have to do more water changes because of the volume. Trapstar Nell says, I bought some bucktooth tetras 3 days ago and they're not eating. Would you know why? So they do like protein. Try out some tetracolored tropical granules. I got mine to eat these. They're really cool fish. I absolutely love those fish, and I've had them before, like a nice school of them. But something about this red color too, like fish just attack it. So try out some of this stuff, and I have a feeling that they would eat it. And they can be kind of skittish fish too at first, so maybe they ain't warmed up yet. But yeah, they don't eat flake or anything like that. They kind of, that granule, that meaty kind of granule helps. Timothy Darling, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Timothy. Appreciate you. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Can I keep Daphnia in the same tank with scuds? Yes, but they will compete a little bit for food. Scuds are kind of easier. You can feed them like table scraps. The Daphnia as well. Let me flip you over. I'll show you what I feed the Daphnia. So to keep the Daphnia alive, I just use this spirulina powder. Works really well. Organic spirulina. Okay, scroll. Bloodworms and shrimp. Yeah, bloodworms and shrimp. Wow, they're not eating your bloodworms or these shrimp. That's kind of surprising. Yeah, maybe they're just kind of still skittish. Do a song about Barb's, not Karen's, right? That would be a good one. Well, thank you, Chadley, for stopping by. And yeah, I was glad to make it to Orlando. That was great. I love Aqua Shella. Nathan Harvey says, tips for dealing with a snail explosion, pond and rams, assassin snails. So what I would do is I would just let it naturally take its course. What will happen is they'll blow out, they'll figure out that they can't sustain themselves like that, and then after that, then they just kind of learn to sustain themselves. It's really weird. Kim Gaither, look up Joseph Carter. He hunts with mink. I think I've seen something about that. Not that specific guy, but people actually hunting with those. It's crazy the things that people do. Like to hunt that mink. I need a mink hunter. Thank you, Mickey M. I appreciate that. Says Love your intro song. Anyone found out what it comes from yet? Oh man, yeah, I think I'll keep it to myself. Let's see. 'Cause I was trying to think of where that song does kind of come from. It's kind of like a mixture. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Says Ross Fish Rack, right? That's actually what I'm doing right now. Scroll, scroll, scrolling. Isn't spirulina just dried cyanobacteria? No, it's not a bacteria. It's an algae. Let me see if it actually says what it is on here. Let's see. Organic spirulina powder, Athrospira platensis, or whatever. Those words. No additives, no fillers, no preservatives. That's good. Oy. Okay, looks like we are over the hour mark. Your guys' time is up. That's it. That's all you get. Can't do anymore. Just kidding. I don't want to step on Alex's toes. Secret history. Living in your aquarium. This fabulous looking tank behind you is a no filter setup. If not, would it continue thriving if the filter was suddenly taken away? Okay, so real quick before I hop off here, this tank right here is sort of a filter tank. The only thing in it is this power head that I have these like little sponges on, the whole beneficial bacteria. But the main reason why that's in there is just kind of create some flow, which gives these guys a little bit of oxygen. If that wasn't in there with as many fish that are in there, these guys end up sucking air. Now, it has gone off. They'll live like that, but it's just hard on them to breathe without it. So, if I were to take half these fish out, I could probably easily keep this without that. And I have kept this tank for a long time without that when they were younger. So, I mean, you really don't need it. So it kind of depends on your fish and how big they are and their breath and oxygen needs. They need their window clean. Let's go ahead and feed these guys. Best cure for Lybar's disease, aka parasites. I don't know. General cure, I guess. Then you got like the levamusol for your worms. A few different parasites. I don't know though. So I don't really have to deal with much diseases. Finn Wiggles, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Dropping the mic. Blue green algae. I don't know. I didn't look Google what that actually is. Was that a cyanobacteria or was it algae? Yum 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 yum. Peace. Yeah, see, it says blue-green algae is cyanobacteria, but is it really an algae? I don't know. I think it's just a bacteria. That's why you use general cure to cure cyanobacteria.